Welcome to part 22 of the Avars campaign for Total War Attila on the Age of Charlemagne DLC. Now, I'm going to start with an apology of why I haven't recorded for, I think it must be nearly 4 or 5 days now, 4 days. Purely and simply, I had a major system failure with my PC, and I've basically had to buy a new hard drive and do a complete reinstall. So if the sound sounds different or not very good, it's because I haven't really had time to calibrate the recording software. I've literally downloaded the game, fired up OBS, put in what I could remember that I had set. So the sound might be a little bit unbalanced, but we'll try and fix that over time. Now the next thing is that when the hard drive started to fail, I was recording this, or what would have been part 22 of the Avars campaign, and I was well into it and doing it, and it, in fact I was nearly finished, and it started to get close. So what I actually did, I was quite lucky in the sense that I actually saved this point where we are now to the Steam cloud. But unfortunately I actually lost the recording, because I do have a backup on my machine, but it's weekly. Apologies for the cough. So, and I've got to a point now where I'd lost the save game for part 2021. So I've had basically 3 choices. One is to just abandon the campaign and forget it, but I didn't really want to do that because there's still life left in this campaign, despite the long slog fighting the Theme of Sicily, which I must admit, which is the reason why I didn't go for the second option, which was to redo parts 20 and 21, because if you remember, this was this long battle down through Corsica, through the boot of Italy, up through Sicilia, and moving over to here, and it was getting a bit tedious, because trying to pin these small Theme of Sicily navies and armies down, which kept raiding, and that were a pain. So what I've decided to do is pick up from the save game, which means there's going to be a hole in the campaign. So what I'm going to do is a quick run through of what happened in the part. It wasn't a particularly very good part, to be honest. If you watched part 21, you would have remember that it started with this siege at Salerno, or ended with the Theme of Sicily attacking with, I think it was a navy and a small army. Fought the battle. It was a close victory. Wasn't a particularly very good battle, because I ended up having to game the AI with 2 horse archer units which ran around the map, drawing the some spearmen and axemen into towers, to the point where they eventually broke. So it wasn't a particularly good battle, but I won it. It was a close defeat, which meant that they didn't raid this port here, and I did quite a lot of damage. So I got that. Now I then played a few turns. I was trying to get the armies in position here, and what happened was that Cordoba came over here and took Parma and started bringing some armies here, and the Theme of Sicily started to send navies obviously out to try and recapture Parma. So I took a chance, and it wasn't, I'm not sure, well, you guys can decide for yourself once I finish the explanation. I tried to send 2 armies together, and I thought what I'll do is keep them together so they had a defensive capability, and it kind of worked. I mean, moving armies across water even in double time was there. I think I had 2 turns, and they were up about here, this area here, and they got attacked by, I wouldn't say massive Theme of Sicily forces, but it was a couple of navies. One was the navy that was left over from the attack of Salerno, and I'm not very good at naval battles, and I couldn't see the point of fighting it, so I took a chance on the auto resolve, and it came out in my favour with a close victory again. But both armies were damaged, and luckily they were both pushed this way, north towards Corsica. So when the end turn rolled over, I managed to get one army landed here, but the other army couldn't quite make it because it was kind of stuck about here, and the army that even the army that landed was a little bit damaged in the sense that it most of the units had taken about 40-50% casualties, so it wasn't a particularly strong army. So the first thing I did was combine the units, so it made a smaller army. I think it was this army, the Kargan's Chosen. I think it was this army. These armies have moved around a lot during that turn, and in the next turn, Theme of Sicily nailed the army that I couldn't get ashore. So I lost a complete army, which is the reason why my incomes jumped up quite considerably. And a little quick tip: if you're evading Corsica, do not land here, because you cannot hit across this river with the, if you see the zone, basically what I had to do was go up here and round the top to defend, but at the same time this army, I think it was this army, again you have to bear with me, I can't quite remember which one it was, took a Jacchio and a Blear, and so I had this point, and we managed to reduce the Theme of Sicily to one town, and this army had to siege because it didn't have any onagers. I think there was a few more troops. I think I've combined the troops again together on this army, and what actually happened was I caught this troop, and then in true style Theme of Sicily came up here, attacked this port, and I sent the army up here to deal with a rebellion, which meant that they got in here, and there was so it got a bit messy, so I had to come back again, and that's where we are now. This army's come back. You can see again it's still suffering from the effects of all the battles, but we've now got the Theme of Sicily down to just these two units. So what I'm going to do first is kind of get down here and hit this. No, I think this is a small army. It's pretty badly damaged if you look. So we're gonna just go in here. I don't think there's going to be any battles in this part, because there's, as I'll explain before I get into this turn, that I'm not going to take on. I think that they can recover by themselves. These settlements, these provinces are still pretty upset and in a bit of a mess, and I need to do some TLC on them. You can see this one's got a lot, so what I'm going to actually do is start here. I'm going to knock that down. Probably I've got a bit of cash, and I'm going to knock this one down. Actually, can I convert that? Because I actually found, I was looking at this just before I started, and let's just repair these, I think. And I'm going to have to repair this. Actually no, I'm just going to leave that for the moment. That if you look at the upgrade for this, it can't get above this level unless it's actually in a province capital. So what I'm actually going to do, because I want to make Sardinia and Corsa the base for my navy, so what I'm going to do is convert this to be my naval base, and what I'm going to do is down in here is eventually I will convert this to a port or a thing. I'm going to, and the same with Genoa up here, because this is the example. See, it says here, one of the following must be present in this settlement's primary building slot: the construct the nobles' hall, king's hall. So it's a little bit of a con really, because you can build that dockyard, but if you want to take it to the next level, it's actually got to be in here. So there's not much point in building one there. So that's a point to remember if you're actually looking. So that's there. Actually, this goes through in sequence now, because I want to do a couple of things. I'd like this settlement region is pretty stable, if I remember correctly. It's got plus 20, so I want to start moving this army north, and because they're going to have to move north and get rebuilt. And what I'm going to do is get rid of these units because I don't want archers in it. I'm going to keep the spearmen for the moment because they've all got some good chevronage, and up here there's a small army, so what I'm half thinking is if this comes up and builds, I will move these troops over. The next thing I'm going to do here, this army is in a good nick, but this province is still quite weak. But what I'm going to do is actually kind of, because this is the air and I don't want him down here particularly, because it's going to take a little while to get up, and I'm not sure whether to make him a governor or a general, but I've got this free general here. I mean, I will admit that I've had a look round before going, and this general can kind of hang out down here for the moment while this area is being sorted out. What else can I do? I need to move get my spies moving. I think there's another one here. They've done their work, so I need to get them kind of moving north so we can start on the next grand strategy, is probably the best way to say it. I'm gonna put this assassin in to support the army, just so we can get some more training with these guys, because these guys, they've got reasonable chevronage, but they could probably do with a bit more kind of TLC. Actually, what I might do is merge these guys up and get rid of them, because I'm pretty sure if I can recruit these come in as silver. So there's benefits in just getting rid of armies and doing that. Now the next army, this army's not much use, to be honest. I think this is pretty positive, so what I'm going to actually do is disband this army, because it's just costing me money and I just don't know what it's worth keeping them, because obviously the war now is going to move up to this area. The next thing I want to do is, this is slightly pre-planned, I will admit, guys. I've because it was such a long time since I'd done any recording, I'd actually kind of forgotten what I do. So Benevito, I've got nothing here. We've got this Warriors Hall here, which I'm inclined to keep for the moment because it's right next to the papacy, but I don't really want that, so that can go. And I'm not sure if there's a Warriors Hall in here as well. I don't think I built one here, so that's okay. Because I mean, technically this is now down in my safe area of the kingdom, and what I'm going to do is come across here. I think I knocked the Warriors Hall down across here, so we're good to go there. Now another issue, I think is it here? Are we building up sanitation? Yeah, the sanitation's good here. Now just gonna have a look here, knock this down. Oh, we've got some there, we can't build that. Actually, let's do a bit of diplomacy. See if we can get, because I think there's a few people here that actually like us now. So what I want to do is,
come, my friend, speak. We are men of words,
so we can get some cash out of these guys.
With honor.
Maybe a bit more. I want to keep these factions, these Islamic factions. No, rejected the offer. Oh well, we'll just have to go with, see if we can get 800. So if they go for 800, yep, I'll take that. I'm going to get a bit more money out of them, so we can get another 800 for them. Yep. So I want to keep these guys in Iberia on side, purely and simply because I don't want to come down here fighting, and I want an ally, to be honest, to go against the Franks. So if I can keep these guys on side and happy, I'll be happy. So
you have my
gonna
full
go,
attention. My ears,
because I think I have to accept that I'm not going to be able to conquer. Just go for 1300. I don't want to be greedy here. and see if we
my
can get
friend, greetings. I
non-aggression.
tingle with
Oops, maybe get a bit
anticipation
more
of your
cash out of
noble
them.
and worthy words.
Oh, low. That's no good. So where we were, go for 800. Moderate. No, rejected. Okay. We'll just have to go for 300. Getting it is more important than actually getting the cash, but all more cash that can be happy. I don't think there's anyone else here that, but as I say, if I can get those on as powerful allies, that would be very, very useful. I think we can now repair these, and that kind of uses up all the money on this part. Looks like I've got a bit of frame stutter, which I'm going to have a look at. Maybe my graphic settings are not as good as they should be. So I think that's all we can do this turn. So we're going to get this admiral here, give him some movement range, so to make sure we can guarantee to catch this guy. So we're going to go for an end turn. Yeah, it's been a very kind of frustrating weekend, I think, for me. It's not until you actually have to rebuild the machine and reinstall all the software you need, and then trying to remember all your preferred settings that can be there. Yeah, I think I might have to do something about the settings. Oh, maybe I shouldn't have deleted that army. So they're putting up a last minute resistance. We'll see if we can get them. Come on. What's the bet he's going to move? Oh no, we got him. Whew. Brief moment then, I thought we were going to have to fight another battle against. And that's an example of what the Theme of Sicily was doing over and over and over again, is just kind of just sliding off like that and then hitting in areas where they won't cause problems. I think we're just going to keep pushing this army up that way now. We've got plenty of money to spend. And what I'm going to do now, and this is, I think we got a public order issue, so what I'm actually going to do is, I should have done this last turn actually, come to think of it, is come out here, see if we can actually force this province into a public order issue. I'm kind of inclined here, but I've got a problem here with sanitation. So I think what I'm going to do is knock that down, and I think the corruption here is 71%, so I think we can knock that down for the moment. I'm going to kind of inclined to convert that to a trade wharf, but I don't want to hype the squalor just at the moment. So I think that's all I can do here. This army needs a rebuild, and the question is, can I trust the Duchy of Provence to do the right thing? Let's see if we can get these guys over here and do anything. I think, is it worth bringing this army back? I think I'm going to take a chance. I'm going to bring this army back across to here, take it into Bologna. I mean, I'd love to recruit the noble horse archers, but they're very, very expensive. And I think we'll get rid of these guys because I don't really want archers, because we've got more than enough missile capability with the existing troops. I think that's the end of... Yep, that's the end of the Theme of Sicily. What I'm going to do now is... so many things to do, and it's really hard when if you don't record regularly. Is my factionnaire back? Yeah. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make him a governor for the moment, because we're going to have a period of peace. And let's see, Lombardy. Who's the governor of Lombardy? Yeah, you. How old are you? Because the problem I've got is a lot of these guys are aging as well. So I think what I'm going to do is kick you out of Lombardy and put you, my faction heir, in. He can become the governor of Lombardy, and oh, he needs a wife as well. So I think we'll get him to seek a wife. That should get him sorted out, and we've got 12,000 to spend now. Now this is where it's going to get a little bit tricky, because Sicily down here is surrounded by water, so it's not going to get any benefits of being out on its own. So, and it's got a little bit of sanitation here, but I'm not sure where that's coming from. And we've got this winery, which is probably a bit useful. So I think I'm going to have to go through. See, like the olive press is not much benefit, because this guy's got so much food, it's unbelievable. I think what we're going to do, actually, it may seem a little bit of a contradiction down here. We need to get this province under control in here. So I think we can. How's the sanitation here? Got no. I think if we build that and build that, this slight risk of disease, but I think if we can get a trade wharf in here, that will build the money. Again, there's they've got loads of food here because of these farms, and they can still be upgraded. The sanitation is going to be self-contained here. So got that area here. Now this province, I think there's sanitation here. We've got some sanitation here. So this province, there's nothing here. It's mainly wine, which will give us some good commerce. So what can we build here that will... Is there a benefit in building a mint? Actually, let's invest in our kind of more kind of efficient provinces. So we could upgrade that. That would be useful. I think if we can upgrade this, because this needs a noble's hall, so I think if we upgrade that, that would be useful. Bohemia's doing well. I think maybe we can... How's the sanitation here? Sanitation's good. As I say, that will give me 250. That will give me another hype all round. Let's just have a quick look at Pannonia. How's the sanitation here? Sanitation's good here. That will give me 150. This will give me... I think I'm going to go with that. I think this is going to be the key to building up my economy, is to really develop the inner sessions, and then kind of build these up as secondary. Maybe actually, yeah, maybe that's an idea. Feel free to dispute on this. That I'm not going to make a lot of money from here, but research rate and Imperium would be useful. So maybe if I use these peripheral states with high corruption, can come down here and actually do this. Now have I moved all my armies? You're just waiting, and Navy's over here. He's done his job, so he can come back and do the honours. You've moved as far as you can. You're just up here chilling away, but I want to get you into the battle as quickly as possible. So I've got lots of these small armies. Again, I'd like to stabilise this area, use the navy to hold and defend this area, and then this army can come back up, and then I want to release this army, which is very important. You can see we've still got negative kind of growth here, so we need to kind of try and push this up a bit. So we're going to go for an end turn. Oh, we may issue an edict in Lombardy. I think, well, this is fully developed, so I can't see any much point in growth. Let's go for that, because that will give me extra unit and a bit more research. Right, so we got this assassin. I think you've got here. I think we'll give you that because I found that I was trying to assassinate characters and they weren't doing very well. Again, I think we'll get some movement range with this guy. So we're going to just go for an end turn. I'm going to try and keep this part short and sharp to the point, guys, because this is more just to get me back into the flow of things and running. Oh, forgot to move this guy. I need him to start, because I've got three lines of thoughts, so opinions on this, of where to go next, which I'll talk about there. So, yep, rebellion imminent. Got that. Personal influence, political actions. Yeah, I think that will help. So that gets him married. I think there might be another one of my family that needs to get married. Where is he? I'm sure was it, or am I hallucinating? Oh no, there's a guy here, but he doesn't have an influence, so I need to get him. He's a general down in Sicilia. Oh well. I mean, I could put some guys in here, but I'm not convinced of the benefits. And this guy's a statesman because I've just kind of kicked him out. Oh, I'm just going to leave it for the moment. Yeah, right. So I'm going to go through it. To me, I've got three options. I've got Rome here, which let's send you back this way. Part of me says it'd be nice to take out Rome and kind of, so I've got this whole area secured. I haven't got an enemy sat behind me, but at the same time I know that if I hit Rome I'm going to take quite a major diplomatic penalty. So part of me says that needs to wait. Now the next option is to resume the attack that I originally planned to take out the Duchy of Provence. I mean, I will be doing it eventually, but this is the next step. But my main concern with that is that if you look at here, we've got the Franks and the Duchy of Burgundy, who are actually allies of the Franks, sat above me. And if I push out this way, that gives me a very, very long border along here, which could make life difficult because it means the Franks and the people can attack on a wide border, and I'm not going to have that many armies because of the economic restraints. The other option is to come up here, kind of push through here. I mean, the benefit of taking these regions is limited, but I've got a few enemies up here. Oh no, this is actually improving actually, and we've got Saxon rebels there. And we've got these guys here, so maybe we take these out, even though we've got I think we've got a trade agreement with them and a non-aggression pact, so they don't stab me in the back. And these basically securing me back. I'm not expecting to make money from them, but I come up here, I secure my back, and at the same time I use my spies to find out where the Franks are. We've got the Taif of Sagoza there, and then we just kind of go for the Franks through the centre here, and then the Franks may come up and attack these settlements, and if we lose them it doesn't make a lot of difference. That's what I'm kind of thinking of, guys, so feel free to pass opinions. Right, what we're going to do first is again hit the wealthy one, the more profitable regions first. So we've got no, we haven't got spare sanitation now. We've got, have we? Yes, we have got plenty of sanitation, so I'm going to get that in there. Moravia's, I think can't go any higher yet, so I think I need to update that. Bohemia, you're looking good. I think that's enough for those settlements, so let's get down to the problem settlements regions. So I think we're going to upgrade that just to get this, because you can see the biggest problem here is religious differences, so I think if we can really get that underway. I think how's the sanitation going? We don't have any sanitation here, so I'm going to knock that down again so we can put some sanitation in here. What's the religious differences here? 19. I know it's a bit cheesy, but I think if we drop some sanitation, not sanitation, religion in here, the quicker we get this place converted, the better. And I think that basically uses up all my money here. We got this in Franconia. Tempted to put that in. I think we've got plenty of spare food just to support, to increase the garrison here, because I mean it's really tiny and it will fall very, very quickly, but then is that important? So maybe not. And we're just going to come down here. It's mine. Actually, we haven't recruited anything yet, so maybe we'll just keep you moving up here, just in case I forget, because I haven't been so concentrated on the economy that I've forgotten. And what we're going to do is just bring you across the border and recruitment options. Oops, I need to get you in here to Bologna. That's better, because I want one oligarch at least. And let's actually get one of these guys. And maybe a couple of horse archers. Oh no, I'm just gonna build it up slowly. And maybe we'll just gonna do 3 more, I think. Just kind of, because the advantage of recruiting here is the fact that we don't have to pay the extra 100 to upgrade them. They come fully equipped, and you can see that they're starting with pretty good chevronage from the beginning, so which is going to be quite good. Right, let's just have a check. Grod, what I want you to do is get over this way, so you can actually check up on what's going on in this area. I want you rich, wherever it is, because I want your job's going to be to find out where the Frank forces are in this area, and your job, Caron, is to get in here and just to keep an eye on what the Duchy of Provence is up to, because I don't want any sneak attacks where my army's there. I don't think I could do anything else. We're going to have a rebellion next turn, which is good. And I'll probably just let it run for 1 turn. So we're going to get 1 more turn, I think, guys, and then that's where I'm going to bring this part to an end. Oh, got an assassin here. Exploit corruption. Not sure. Let's just give you that. That might help. So I'm going to go 1 more turn, and then that will be it for this episode, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it, and so again, I apologise for losing that recording, but I can assure you it wasn't particularly that inspiring. It was a bit of a slog, just chasing those silly little Theme of Sicily navies and armies around, and so right. Sardinia and Corsica in rebellion. Infant mortality. Oh, lost one at 12. That's a bit tough. What we'll do is, while I'm thinking about it, is let's get this sanitation in quick so I don't forget, so we can get this sanitation under control, and I think we can now build that trade wharf here. I mean, it's not going to add that much money because of the 71% corruption, but we certainly don't need food here. We've got 282 food here, so I'm not going to do anything about this guy for me. I think we'll let him run one turn. I think we'll get you into a Jaccio. Actually, can you recruit? Oh, does that mean to recruit he's going to have to be in that sea range? So let's bring you down this way. Not that it makes that much difference, but just see if he's got... No. The navies, Avar navies aren't a lot of cup really. I think I'm going to might kind of take up Brother Buddha's suggestion that maybe my next Charlemagne, because I do intend to fight all the different factions in this DLC, that maybe I will use a mod. Oops, certainly don't want these guys. Can't recruit these lancers, so we're certainly going to need that. One of those. Got 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe an extra one of those, and just to fill out this army. Just make sure this guy's where did he go? Where's the army? I've lost an army. Oh, there you are. Keep you coming up this way. Right, let's get down here and see how's the public order going in here. It's coming down, so I think if we can just keep the kind of pressure going. Maybe just, do I want to spend 4,000 on the Great Press? No, not at the moment. I want to. Let's have a look at Bavaria. Again, let's have a look at my Carthinia's going okay, Moravia's doing well. What about Croatia? Again, same problem, so I think we'll spend some money on that. We've got some resources here, but what's the benefit? Got some more growth here. How's the religion going here? Maybe we'll take the advantage, or actually let's drop religious building in there and knock it down there, because these buildings are more profitable than these. So maybe if I move the religion out there, that will help Pannonia. Moravia, got the two, can't do anything here. Franconia's got something here. No, let's go down here and have a look. Corti. Again, part of me says don't want that. Can't see any point of that. I've got the Hall of Stories in here now. We need to do some research. I think I'm going to hang on to the money now. I don't think so. You're still moving good. We'll get you up. Keep you going up this way. Oops, no, you're going that way, so oh well. Obviously you can't move through there, so. And we'll just leave you there for the moment, I think, so. that's about all I can do here. So I'm gonna go one more in turn. Sorry guys. Bit twitchy. Oh, maybe that will have a benefit. Islam, are you of my family? Actually, this guy's got a lot of Thomas. So, oh, there you are. So you, oh, you haven't got that much anyway. So I think we can afford to give you that, so that we can go there and we can get the extra benefit that way. It's going to have to be done anyway. So one more turn. It's nice to be back, I must admit. It's really nice back. I'm almost having withdrawal symptoms from recording. It may seem strange, but it's like part of you, it doesn't feel right not to be recording or doing something related to the channel. It's, you know, you get a bit twitchy, and not having something to record on is, I say, it may seem strange, but somebody might have to invent therapy for YouTubers that have recording withdrawal symptoms. So we're just going to come up here and cream this guy. I'm just going to auto resolve this again because I don't want to chase. So no, it's going to be a little while before these guys do anything. So I think what we're going to do now is get you moving up that way, because I think it's time for you to. I think if I drop this guy into here, oh no, it's still not. So I think what we'll do is we'll bring you up that way and bring you into port. And you can come up into that area there. See, we've got that other upgrade, and we've got a light melee ship. There's not really a lot. Let's just have a quick. Let's just open this up and have a quick look. So,
assembling the fleet. We need good strong men.
not a lot in this, is it? Well, that one's got more armour, so maybe we're. Oops. Don't want to spend too much on this navy at the moment. Maybe we'll just give them a couple of ships to go here. Come up here. Where's this army here? Nearly there. I think we've got a couple of lancers full there, so I think what we're going to do now is kind of top these guys out with, that gives him 18, that's 6 there. Maybe we're getting a couple more lancers or something, or actually what I might do is recruit one more afterwards, and then we can maybe shove a noble horse archer in there just to see what they're like. We got some research to do. Wealth and cultural buildings could really do with the money, but wealth and commercial buildings, trade city. I'm going to go with that. It may seem a bit perverse, but I think my armies have got a lot of moving around to do, so I think it's going to be quite important to give them that capacity. So this is this coming under. Yep, it's growing. So one more turn, I think, the sanitation, then we can start the sanitation would be under control, and we can then start actually looking to building that region up properly, or province up properly. This one's coming there. It's still got the religious differences. This should come online soon along with that. I think we'll drop that in just to try and improve that. No, I'm going to cancel that. So my inclination is still to got a slot here, building a slot here which could be useful. Do I build that? Got a don't want a blacksmith, got a goldsmith that's got 2 squalor. Got a little bit of leeway there, but maybe if I build that, what's the income in Benevito? Benevito's doing quite well and they've got some sanitation. So maybe if I drop that in there, that will increase this and have an effect on Benevito. It's not going to have any benefit to this area. Or shall I go for the straight cash? Decisions. I think I'm going to leave that one for the moment, guys. So let's just have a look up here. I think you're doing okay. You've got still positive, and we're still kind of fighting a religious war with, but we're gaining slowly. We've got a slot here. What can we drop in here? This is Excarat, and you would give a benefit to 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'd certainly just to check. So we could put a mint in there. We've got a mint here, which will do it. So I think we'll drop a mint in there. That will help improve these provinces. Got marble here, which would give me an extra 125 plus 2 public order, but an extra 2 squalor. But we've got the capability for that. Or back over to here. So we've got a space here. Could build a wine market. That would give us more growth. Or do I build a hall of stories here? So all we've got really here to build is a wine market, which would only give me an extra 450 and a bit of growth. That would give me 75, and that would give me an extra 200. That needs a nobles hall, which is just being built. I think we'll leave that space for the moment. Just have a quick look here. That gives me an extra 150, and we've got plenty of sanitation. So it's here. That gives me 175. Yeah, I'm going to keep my options open in Croatia, and I'm going to go for that. Go for an iron mine. It's going to give me extra resources and a bit of extra cash. And we've got the spare sanitation there. And that's where I'm definitely going to leave it, guys. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. As again, say sorry for the problems I've had over the weekend, which has meant we've lost that episode. Hope you've enjoyed the episode, and like and subscribe, and until the next time, enjoy your gaming.